Hello, Adigani. Welcome to the Children's Chimurenga, a revolution of consciousness. Thank you for joining me, Rosemary. And today I'm really excited and blessed and grateful to tell you that I am going to be offering my services as an energy and multidimensional healer from today. So if you have any deficits or difficulties, or even no difficulties, but just feel like you would like a tune up or a service energetically, as well as anything else that people would normally go to the doctor for, or to a therapist, or to a nganga, or to a Reiki practitioner. Anything, because everything is energy. And I am here to offer my services in this capacity. It's a big step for me. I'm a Western medical doctor, as you know, but I've been on my own healing journey and been very blessed to have met some amazing energy workers in my time, and had a lot of work done. It's not someone doing anything to you, but facilitating your own connection with the healing energy of source and spirit. And it's been an amazing journey for me. And I've done some training, but also have intuitively and always been, as we all are, capable of and had the connection to spirit to perform this kind of work. So I am bringing myself now out in the open for people to access me as a service point for their own healing. And when I say multidimensional, it means healing of our whole self. So not just our physical selves, not just our emotional body, not just our mental body, our psychic body, but all, the wholeness of us, all the way through the more and more subtle aspects of ourselves, all the way up to our higher self, for us to have a more aligned and intimate and flowing connection with our higher self and the unity of all that is, for the highest good of all beings. So I'm here to help remove any blockages, any things that stand between your seeing yourself as you truly are. And if you have a knowledge, if you know somewhere inside you that there is so much more to me than I am presenting to the world, there's so much more to me than meets the eye, that I am not living in my most full and most flourished and most joyous expression of who I am, in order to be a light amongst the other lights shining in the world, then I welcome you to come and talk to me, and together we can uncover that light and lift it out from under the bushel that you may have it hidden under, for various reasons, whether that is reasons from your own childhood, like we've been discussing on this channel, things that we have accumulated over time, addictions, food, negative self-talk, self-criticism, lack of self-belief, lack of trust, lack mentality, and also ancestral things, things that are circumstantial to you because of your soul's choice to have incarnated in this body, in this situation, in order to learn the unique lessons presented by your specific and beautiful choice to be you in this life, in this incarnation. And so to help you to uncover what those lessons that you signed up to learn are, so that you can learn them quickly and enjoy the fruits of your avid and dedicated studentship for the benefit of all beings. So that's my new offering. Please have a look on my website, www.rosemarynyabaza.com. And if you'd like to get in touch with me, just fill in your details in the contact form, and we can communicate, and I'll get back to you. Okay, so with that said, the video today is about our ancestors. And ancestors are... I can't tell you how much our ancestors are there for us. They want so much for us to connect with them and for them to guide us and to support us in everything that we do. So imagine the unconditional love of your parents, which is unconditional, but as we've been discussing on this channel, often imperfect. Now imagine that unconditional love of your parents, but perfected. So when a person becomes an ancestor, when we leave our bodies, we return to the realm of the soul, the realm of spirit, where we are no longer tied down and weighed down by our thoughts, our emotions, our behavior, our culture, our conditioning, our society. And so a person who you may have assumed to have been a certain way when they were incarnated here in this place, once they are in the highest dimensions, where their spirit is pure spirit, they are functioning on a level that is so far-reaching, so far-seeing, so all-encompassing, that when you connect with this, you can be sure that the guidance that you are receiving is not only in your highest good, but in the highest good of all beings. So you cannot go to your ancestor and ask to be blessed while pushing somebody else down or causing harm to somebody else. Because yes, some people do access beings that are willing to cooperate with them on those levels. But above the dimensions that those beings are present on, there are dimensions of spirit that is everything, including those beings, those cheeky, mischievous ones that will help you to get up to your cheeky mischief. All of it, including your cheeky mischief, including everything. There is no duality. There's no good or bad, right or wrong. Everything is encompassed in the unity of all. And so when you are connecting to your ancestors in these levels, you can be assured that any guidance that you receive, any messages or support is coming from the highest place, for the highest good of all beings, and particularly if you state that as your intention. Not kuti, I want to be better than somebody else, or to, without any competitive spirit or without any lack mentality or feeling like in order to gain, somebody else has to lose. No, the universe is abundant. The universe is abundant. And our ancestors, we all exist on many dimensions, but our ancestors do as well. And so if you can connect to the highest dimensions, the highest expression of life and consciousness, then you don't even have to worry about whatever mischief and fun and games other people and other beings might be up to, because also you know from your highest self, from your highest connection, that those things are all part of you anyway. So you can just look at them without fear, with a sweetness of emotion, where your heart is open to everything. And you just go, I see you, but no thanks. Or, no, this is not your place. Because even energies such as anger, jealousy, greed, dark stuff, even that has its place in the oneness of everything. Nothing would be able to exist without it. And so instead of resisting it and running away from it and shunning it and pushing it away and being afraid, and being so afraid that we end up leaving ourselves trapped in these little prisons of fear, where we pad ourselves with superstition and religion and things that help us to feel protected. If we just recognize those things as part of ourselves and we welcome them and we say, yes, I see you there, but I have no need for you, or I see you there, greed, but let's use that energy of yours, that accumulative, competitive energy, let's redeploy it. Because, oh yes, I see you, greed. I see, yes, you're afraid of lacking. Why? Oh, because you see other people in lack. You see other people in lack and you think, or you were in lack before and you think, I never want to be like that before, or I never want to be like that, so I'm going to buy another Lamborghini. I see. Okay, no, greed. This is how we can redeploy you, because you're a good worker. You're a hard worker. You are focused. You are smart. You can accumulate. Yes. Okay, let's work together. Let's use your focus. Let's use your working. Let's use your accumulation. But let us use it for the benefit of ourselves, but of those who you see lacking as well. So that when you see yourself as part of nature, creating abundance for others, you will be reminded of the cycles and the promise of nature to create abundance for you at all times. And therefore you will no longer fear. You will no longer be in lack. So greed, I welcome you. Come, sit at my table. Let's talk. We can do this with all of our shadow aspects. And because we are everybody else, we are everything. If somebody else sends you something, we have a perennial fear of kuroiwa and stuff like that in Zimbabwe. Somebody sends you something, recognize it as yourself. Recognize it as something you have within yourself. We all have these things. We mustn't push them away. But we can ask, where did you come from? Who are you? Why are you here? What are you really good at? Where can we put you to work for the highest good? And then you have no fear. Those things might even come to you and even go back to where they came from and say, no. We can't, that one, she wanted to be our friend. Or that one, no, she... Or they'll even just go back and say, actually, we found another job. Because one of the most, I'll tell you an amazing technique that's helped me so much with these exact fears of, negative energy, kuroiwa, working in these realms. We've got such a fear of these things that has separated us from our own traditional spirituality, actually, because then we have run to religion to protect us from ourselves. But really what we are asking for is protection from our own shadow, from what we know is within us. But we need to just face up to it and say, yeah, sometimes sometimes I can wish something bad on somebody, or just... not even wishing consciously, but and somehow subconsciously you see yourself imagining or something, right? So those are all thought forms, those are all energies that we can be consciously or subconsciously sending out into the universe. And anything that we send out, because everything is us, we experience as well. Because we have to experience it, it will come back to us for us to be able to see it and heal it. This is just a normal, natural law. And it's not a punishment, it's not harsh. Nature is not like that. The mother is not like that. It's a mirror, it's a reflector. It's for us to help ourselves to ascend and to spiritually grow throughout the process of life, because there will come a point at which these things keep happening to you, or these negative things, and you will have to ask yourself why, and the answer is always within you. It is never that somebody else has done something or whatever. If they have, it is because it is something within you that is asking to be seen and asking to be healed. So one of my favorite techniques, and I do it quite often, especially if I do feel myself, having negative things arising within me. And so before they can even enter the fabric of the universe and start to create anything that then I will have to deal with when I see it reflected back at me. As soon as I see it arising within me, I ask that any negative energy that I am sending out on any level, in any dimension or time or place or realm, anywhere, in any possibility, be returned to me, cleansed and purified. Because then I know that I've already set an intention, and my intention is so powerful that no matter what automatic things may be arising within me, because I am still human and I am still on a learning journey. But whatever those things are, that they are not going out there and causing havoc and, doing things out there that I will go, oh no, I can't believe that. No, I didn't want it to be like that or whatever. I was just a bit jealous or whatever. So I just declare and intend that anything like that arising from within me is returned to me, cleansed and purified. So So I'm not even giving it a chance. But I still have the awareness to go, oh, okay. Oh, yes, yeah, there's something there that needs to be healed. And then I can. And then I'm not living with this concern that I have sent ripples of energy into the world. That's number one. Number two is that any energy that you send out is power of your own that you are losing. You are actually losing power if you are focused on sending or negative thought patterns or negativity in any way. That is energy. That is your power that you could be using for your benefit and for the benefit of all beings. So by wasting it, by letting it dissipate out and ripple out like this, you are losing your creative capacity. So I like to keep my energy. Number two, I also intend and declare that any negative energy that is sent to me, consciously or unconsciously, doesn't matter. We are all human, of course, this is life. That it may be sent back to the sender. I don't know if you watch Spiritual Highway on YouTube, but it's a really, really great show about our African traditional spirituality. And they often do, the Ngangas, often do rituals to send, to Mabek to sender, sending back energy to people that, may have had malicious intent. But what I always wish that they would add is the clause, return any negative energy back to the sender, cleansed and purified. Because you don't just want to bounce back something to somebody, even if they intended anything towards you maliciously. You don't want to send it to them and have their malicious intent harm them, because they are you. So while you're at it, you may as well do a little bit of work for us all and cleanse that, and that is the most simple way to stay protected, to stay knowing that you are in the cradle, in the hand, in the bosom of God, is to know that if you are God, if you are spirit, what would you do? What would your intentions be? What would your desires be? Would you want to hurt anyone? Would you want to send it back double? That would by definition, that would mean that you are not operating in your highest capacity. So there is more discovery, more self-discovery necessary. Because when we understand that we are everything and we are creating everything, and that everything is a collective imagination, then you realize that, what am I going to put my imagination to? What am I going to use it for? And so when you know that the world that you are creating is one of peace, love, harmony, joy, beauty, that's the world that you live in. Whoa, this is a long one. And this one was about ancestors. So yes, we access our ancestors on these very high dimensions, and ask them for their guidance. They're here for us. And in the same way that I'm saying that, we are creator beings, that the world that we see around us is a reflection of our imaginations. And so once we do our healing processes to be able to come in contact and in touch with spirit, and our highest imagination, then we really step into our capacity as creators. In the same way, what helped me to connect with my ancestors and to understand the power, significance, importance, compassion, love, presence of ancestors was to imagine myself as an ancestor in the same way that the way I connect with God is to imagine if I was God, what would I do? How would I be? Would I be vengeful? Would I be wrathful? Would I be jealous? No. And so God cannot be like that then, because I am created in the image of God. In the same way, will our ancestors in their highest dimensional form be malicious, greedy, angry, wrathful, vengeful? The way I wanted it, or no. If when I am an ancestor, what kind of ancestor am I going to be? Am I going to be one that demands offerings on time, every time, recognition, everything must be done just so, or you're going to hear from me or you won't hear from me, I'm going to turn a blind eye to you and let you suffer there and my drought and whatever? No. No. Even if my descendants have been brainwashed into forgetting me, have been subjugated into forgetting my presence, I am still here for them. And I'm still working on behalf of them and on behalf of all beings. That's the kind of ancestor I know I'm going to be. And that's the kind of ancestors I know we have. And when I am an ancestor, even if I am in that corralled or quarantined place, in spiritual quarantine, because of colonial and religious structures that have not allowed my descendants to realize what a connection they have with me, I'll continue doing that work for them. But if somehow they are able to connect with me and to realize my presence and my love and my support, then, and if they are willing to communicate with me and to have me hold their hand along the way, then wow, what a party for everyone. Because I will have the overarching, overreaching vision. I'll be able to see far, far further along the road than my descendants. So I'll be able to nudge them. It up. Just mira, chimpo, mira. Just wait. Yes. There, go there. Shh, through there. Yes. We have these people, these souls here for us, who want the very best for us, and who want the very best for the whole world, because we are not separated. At the end of the day, if someone is suffering, everyone is suffering. That's why that greed one that I was talking about, it persists. And all these other ones persist because they are in fear of something that they see happening to somebody else. But instead of creating a feedback cycle in which they become the solution to that problem, and then they realize that there are always solutions to these problems, they feel like the solution is to hunker down and sequester. This is not the way. So, ndinotenda madzitateguru. I thank our ancestors. I thank them. thank them. And I thank you all for being here. And yes, may all beings be free from suffering and the root of suffering. May all beings enjoy happiness and the root of happiness. And may the great equanimity belong to us all. Okay, take care, Wadigani. See you soon. Bye-bye.